We are back recording. We are not live. Hip Hop 95 still Atlanta's #1 streaming hip hop station. We are back. This is the radio show about nothing, podcast about and then today to my left, co-host, lifelong best friend. Talk to him.
Yeah,
Madden Squad's partner.
Hey man, come see us, dog.
20-1.
Come see us, dog.
Go dig your homie up.
Come see us, man, on Madden Squads. But it is good to be back. We are not live, but so you guys will be watching this on Thursday. So happy start to the NFL regular season.
We made it.
We have fucking made it.
We made it through all the NBA Twitter stuff, the gossiping, the training camp holdout. Shout out to Nick Bosa, got paid. Got crazy.
Crazy bread.
Nick Bosa just got QB money.
Nick Bosa just got J.R. Smith money.
Think about this. Daniel Jones overpaid and he make what Nick Bosa make. You know how crazy that is? Shut up, Nick Bosa.
He just got quarterback money. Micah Parsons. Hello.
Hello. I was looking at that like, wow.
Nice.
Will Anderson just got drafted. You're like, wow.
Jimmy was like, fuck.
Listen, quiet his cat. We're gonna talk about the offseason too for the Cowboys. But that Dak Micah year, ooh, that's gonna be a tough one in Dallas, boy.
Dak better perform this year.
Yeah.
Dak better perform this year. Trey Lance is not there for no reason. I promise.
Shut up, Trey Lance.
I promise you. So it's a beautiful week. First off, man, I haven't seen you. How have you been? How was your week?
Good. Your week? You know, I bought another white tee. For everyone that doesn't know, I buy a white tee every week. But yeah, man, it's been a good week. Getting ready for football. Mm-hmm. I've been disgusted. This is so. My whole week has been winning time on HBO.
Okay.
I'm telling you, it's reaching snowfall levels right now.
You tweeted that? I believe you.
Listen, because it was really good for like the first season or so. Mm-hmm. This second season, crazy.
Okay.
Especially and I was telling my mom because my mom watched it too because HBO. You can tell they really set it in the time. Like they take real. Like my dad walked by, he was like, "Oh, what is that?" He started talking about like the alcohol on the table or some shit from the 70s. Like, I don't know, but. Like, we weren't alive. Like, we don't know the ins and outs of what happens with this. Right. So I'm watching it like, oh, this is what happened for real? It's way more interesting than you think.
Okay, and it's 100% true.
Yeah, they don't pull no punches.
Nice.
And now, since the show's getting like a bigger following, like, you know, people make shows about shows. Now it's like people comparing, like, yo, this is what the press conference looked like, and this is what it was in the TV show. Nice. And I swear to God, it was 1-to-1. Same words and the dialogue literally ripped from the real press conference.
Okay, that's amazing. So I if you don't know, I'm moving Friday. So I haven't been starting TV shows because I'm thinking about that and all of that. So that's the show that I'm starting because I finally got time about my own space to sit down. Like it too. Yeah, and we're gonna watch Bear, and then the Bear and that back to back.
But winning time episodes are an hour too.
Hour. Okay, so we'll probably the Bear because the Bear is a little. I think is the Bear hour too.
Yeah, I think they're like 45.
Yeah. So those are the next two shows we're watching. So I'm really excited because I was about to start it when she went out of town last weekend, But I was like, she gonna want to watch this because this is TV. Like this is a good.
It's like a real. And surprisingly, I know you'll appreciate this. Like, it's one of the sports shows where the sports don't look stupid on the court.
That's nice.
Like when they show them on the court, it doesn't look like they're actors playing basketball. Yes. Like the people on the court, they look pretty. You know, like the dude who did Larry Bird, he looks bro. He plays just like him. Like
I saw that clip. I saw the clip where he walked into the gym in the boots and busted their ass. That sold me. I was like, okay, I gotta watch this show because I knew about that story, but like seeing it, so like it's going to be with like what you're saying, the visualization of everything you heard about when you were a kid, and yes, with jeans on, it's crazy. And there's just basketball lore that like we're just not old enough to look. Like I had no clue. I forget what finals it was. Like the Beat LA stuff never started with Boston fans talking to their team. That started with them chanting that at the 76ers. Like the 76ers was finna eliminate them in the finals, and in Boston in the Eastern Conference Finals, like in Boston, and the fans started screaming "Beat LA." Like that's where it started. I had no clue. Crazy dick ride. I had no clue. But like it's just so many cool little things like that. Yeah, that's hard. So Yeah, TV is my shit. If y'all don't know that, that's one of my favorite things. So I'm also getting into movies and watching movies by directors. So this past week I watched Gone Girl, which is a classic movie apparently, and I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Because I'm not the movie guy. I'm trying to be now. So David Fincher, who's apparently a really good director, he did The Social Network, and so I figured you were somewhat familiar with it because that's one of your favorite movies. Yeah. But I watched Gone Girl, and oh my, that's one of the best movies I've seen. Gone Girl is ridiculous. Social Network is also one of the best movies I've ever seen. But
Gone Girl is
crazy.
Director by director is probably the best way to become like a cinephile, like really locking movies, because you really can see like the different styles and how people make movies. It's really great.
And what made me do it was because I saw Oppenheimer, and I actually like every Christopher Nolan movie I've seen. And I was listening to the Joe Budden podcast, and they was like, the next it's him and David Fincher, and they named one other guy, I can't remember right now. But
they won't say Jordan Peele, but they should.
They didn't, because all of these guys had like 12 movies out, 12 to 15 movies. So I was like, all right, I want to see exactly what you said, the difference in styles. And when I watched Gone Girl, I was like, oh, I get it. Like, it's crazy.
I was gonna say Christopher Nolan is probably my favorite. Like if I had to pick a single director, like it's just kind of different.
He shoots movies in a way nobody else does.
Yeah, like the commitment to realism, like even like I'm not even like a big CGI guy, but I mean just like the regular real details, like things you could absolutely leave out if you wanted to, but you chose not to. Like, what is that movie? Interstellar is one of my favorite movies. One of my favorite.
I heard that movie's insane. That's something I watched.
It's a very sad movie.
Really?
I didn't know sad. It's so sad, bro.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I know niggas that cried at that movie for real. Okay. Yeah. Go definitely watch Interstellar.
All right. So we here.
It's finally here.
It is finally here. I cannot wait, man. College football started off with a great weekend. I cannot lie.
Yeah.
So you want to start with Prime?
Yeah. Let's get Prime. Let's do college.
Let's do Prime.
Yeah.
So, unless you've been living under a rock, you know what our boy did this past weekend, what our boys did. Colorado, now ranked number 21, R22. One poll said 21, another one said 22, so I'm not really sure what the technical ranking is.
I think they do AP, so 22.
Okay, so ranked 22 in the country. After not being ranked, they come in, play the defending national championship. The defending national champions runner-up, TCU. And they win 45 to 42, which is insane. They have on the road. Yep. They have 68 new college players on scholarship. They have a new quarterback and an entirely new coaching staff. We'll get to the game in a second.
Right.
Coach Prime.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Yo, the way he is able to say what he says with such conviction, because he has done what he does time and time again. I was listening to him talk over the weekend, either with Skip or with somebody else he went on. I can't remember which one. But he has said, Shedeur isn't a loser, bro. Yeah. He said in his entire life, he's may have lost 10 games.
That's ridiculous.
He has coached Shedeur since he was 10, 11. So if you're looking at that from that perspective, he has won in youth football, middle school football, high school football, JUCO, HBCU football, and now he's looking at the Pac-12 like
it's food now.
This is food. This is what I do.
Yeah.
This ain't no fluke. Y'all think it's a fluke?
It wasn't a surprise to him. It was not a surprise.
Nigga, I just talk like this.
Yeah.
I just look like this. I do this shit.
Yeah.
And for him and the team to come in there that prepared, that disciplined, that in shape, and that efficient, week 1, they met each other 6 months ago.
Right, if that, yeah.
Dog.
Man.
Coach Prime.
Yeah.
Special. I'm gonna let Ish go. Let's just get one more for Coach Prime. So, from your perspective.
So, of course, especially college football, the seasons are kind of different than the NFL, where it's kind of like, shout out Clemson, like you lose early. It's like, all right, next year, like. But for Colorado, I tweeted this before the game. I was like, man, they go 0-82. I don't care. I'm gonna watch every single game because, and I'm gonna be on, like, this show is officially the Colorado. We're a Colorado show for sure. Colorado UGA.
Shout out to him, dog.
Shout out to the college teams. Yeah, shout out to the Buffs. But I want to hit on something you said.
I gotta go to the mall and get some.
Yeah, no cap. I'm gonna get some. Yeah, some regular Buffs.
Like some $11.
Yeah, not the Cartier Buffs, like the Walmart Buffs. But to be that prepared, that is what jumped off the screen to me. You start the game 3 and out, get the ball, march down the field, you've scored, and nobody touched your running back on the play. It looked like, oh wow, they're going to be really good already. Like from the first possession, you were like, okay, they have elite talent offensively. Offensive line looked beautiful. The only thing you had like to worry about is really tackling and in the trenches, and they don't let you hit in the practice no more. So I'm sure as the season goes on, they're going to get a lot better. But this is episode 48. Do you believe the belief on that field playing for Deion Sanders? You could feel it through your screen. You could like to see Travis Hunter, who's like one of the first social media high school recruits, who's kind of
Twitch,
famous. like being a destroying like a real famous guy before he get to the football. Like to see Deion Sanders' greatness translate through that. I mean, he wasn't even alive when Deion was playing. Like we didn't watch Deion. Like we had to go like for it to translate. Literally, for it to translate that much, I don't know if there's anybody like Prime in sports like that, where some people really are the biggest in every room, and that includes stadiums.
Yes,
like where no matter what, Deion presence
changes shit.
Changed the entire like that pick. He gets in the first of all. Listen, everyone's talking about the pick, running down the touchdown, and then picking it in the red zone. Like that's Heisman stuff. That is ridiculous. And then to have the wherewithal, you're prepared enough and in shape enough to go 100+ snaps is insane. But that is just, I'm so excited to watch them grow the next couple of years, because Nick Saban's not gonna let you do that. And the first question I had, which everybody probably thought, is like, man, he played 100 snaps, he's not exhausted. I said, man, I wonder what they do to keep him from tired. Deion don't practice him. He don't practice. And I was like, man, that's a perfect...
He practice like 2 days a week.
Yeah, I'm like, that makes sense. He's playing 100 snaps. I wouldn't practice him either. But that doesn't happen at Notre Dame. They're not going to let you do that in Georgia. Well, you're just not going to practice. Oh, you're just not... Okay, no. But Deion saw the talent that was Travis Hunter. He's not going to make you fit this mold. He's not going to make you change your game. If you're a top 3 corner, a top 3 wide receiver, fuck, you should play both. And that's what he did. I think it was 10 catches, 111
catches, 113 yards.
Played amazing, start to finish. And what's scary is, like, college football is so interesting, especially with how the Pac-12s look. They beat Nebraska.
They beat Nebraska.
And
they beat USC and Oregon.
Yeah, that's the one.
And Utah.
Yeah, like, and it can be done.
It can be done.
It's no defense played in the Pac-12.
No.
USC defense ain't good.
It's awful.
Oregon,
yeah, shit's still bad. I didn't know if because we don't watch that shit, but I listen. Shout out Joe Clapp. I love Joe Clapp. I would love to have you on the show one day if you see this, but
you're not gonna talk to me like that. You be talking Colin crazy. I ain't gonna lie,
dude. I love their dynamic, but I was actually listening to them on the way here talking about Colorado, but he was saying that. Oh shit! I lost my train of thought. What were we just talking about?
No defense in the Pac-12.
Yes, he was the one who was like, Caleb Williams is going to be amazing, and part of the reason why is because they don't have a defense at USC.
That's a fact. So they're throwing the ball.
He's throwing the ball all game, every game, and I don't expect them. And he was like, I don't expect them to be good or make any real noise in the playoffs because of that reason. So back to Prime, and I will start here, and then we'll get to and now we're going to get into football. But the last thing I wanted to say was kind of what I touched on was he just looked like that.
Yeah.
And the NFL is one thing, but the NFL has a lot of us and a lot of personality in it, so you kind of see us more. But in college football, it is about the coaches.
Oh, yeah.
When you speak about college football, they speak on Nick Saban and his program.
Yep.
Kirby Smart and his program.
Yep.
So, looking at Prime, it's not a question, it's not a second person that even comes to mind. There's never been anybody in college football that looks like him.
No.
Which is part of the reason they didn't want to hire him in Florida State when Shedeur was coming out of high school.
Yep.
Because for those of you who don't know, Shedeur was recruited by every D1 school in the country.
Yep.
Shedeur chose to follow his dad to Jackson State. He did not have to do that. He could have went to any school he wanted to in the country.
Right.
That includes Alabama, by the way.
Yeah. That's lit.
He wanted that job at FSU bad because, that's his alma mater.
Facts.
He didn't get it, went to Jackson State. And he does what he does at Jackson State, which is completely does a 180 with that program. Year 1, year 2, and year 3. No, well, year 1 and year 2, my bad. They're a completely different team.
Right.
So now the excuse is, oh, that's at HBCU.
Yeah, look who he playing.
Look who he playing.
Yeah.
Not knowing that the only difference between HBCU football, Division II, and Division I football is the front
lines. Yeah,
the trenches of football.
Yeah.
And Deion said that at Jackson State the year he was about to leave was like, we can compete. Somebody asked him, like, as good as y'all are, do you think you can compete with the D1 boys? And he was like, my skill guys, hell yeah.
Yeah.
It's the trenches. Like, they just don't got, it's just different.
They're just big.
They're just
NFL
big.
players.
They from Georgia.
Yeah.
They've been eating fried chicken and collard greens
Farmer strength.
and cornbread and chopping wood their whole life.
Literally.
So they
got
different.
overalls on them.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say it. Y'all know what I'm thinking though.
Come on, man. But,
shout out Jason Kelsey, that type of guy.
but I love Jason Kelsey. But the swag which he coaches the shades, got a chain on sticking out to let you know, like I have on the chain that I'm going to show you. The gold whistle, the socks,
the Coach Prime merch.
The Coach Prime merch.
Prime merch.
He's Coach Prime.
Yo, that's not his name. You know how crazy that is?
It's not his name.
You know how crazy that is? Coach Prime? Is that not the hardest coach nickname already in sports?
So, but Joe Glatt said this, and I wanted it to piggyback into Shedeur and Travis and the rest of them. What they don't tell you about him, and it's because you don't see it on camera, is that he is more like Nick Saban than he is not like him.
All right.
He is more like Kirby Smart than he is not like them. When it comes to discipline, when it comes to preparation, when it comes to conditioning, when it comes to how hard you're going to practice, when it comes to the studies, when it comes to the film room. He is Nick Saban. He is these elite coaches. He is that. He is that in his own way. The little bits you get is the part that is different from them.
Yeah.
And that's why you can't believe he's doing this. But like we just said, I do this shit.
Yeah.
This is what I do. And I demand excellence, so I get excellence.
Yeah.
And so I say that to piggyback off of exactly what you said, I'm glad you went here. Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
Do you know nobody was going to let him play both sides of the ball?
Yeah.
Nobody in the country was going to let him do it.
Yeah, of course.
Deion came, picked him up and said, Joe, I got you.
Yep.
You going to practice your ass off and we going to work. But I see it in you.
Yeah.
And now when you listen to him talk about Travis, he told Skip, he was like, oh, he going to get off 2 days because I know what I'm getting.
Yeah.
Deion Sanders is telling that young man, oh, I know what you're going to do, cuz.
Yeah.
Sit back. You good. Rest. That belief and that relatability that he is able to walk in families' living room and portray cannot be matched. Next year's recruiting cycle.
Okay.
If they win 9 games, next year's recruiting cycle is going to get scary.
I'm glad you said that because that's where I wanted to hit next is, especially now, like you mentioned how different Deion looks, and you mentioned how college football is programs. That is why Colorado right now feels so different, and I hope they keep him there as long as possible because I do like, I do like what he's doing there, but nobody else can sell the authenticity that Deion Sanders can put on the table. Like you talked about how he's Nick Saban and them in the film room. But as much as we love Nick Saban, like, that's the best DB to ever play football. And you're talking to the number one DB in the country. Like, who would you listen to? Who would you listen to? The guy who got 2 picks on Jerry Rice, or this coach who not gonna play your first year? He not gonna play you how you want, and you gonna play in the system. No. If you come to Colorado, you come as your best self. You come as your best version. You want to play offense and defense, you will.
You want to twitch after the game?
You will. Listen, as long as you are locked in, and that is what makes Deion so interesting, because that's who he's always been. Going back to when he was a player, people will say he's a distraction, he's this, that, and the third. Deion was always the most prepared, always the most ready. Mm-hmm. And he talked about that picture of him with his mm-hmm. fit laid out in the locker room. Mm-hmm. He said, "What y'all don't see right there? It's a little video playing, because I'm watching film." And greatness understands this is what it take. Deion, like when Deion comes and sits in these houses and talks to these kids and says, "I know what it takes," there's no other coach in college that has that cachet. And now a part of it is like, oh, now we're gonna be in one of the biggest brands in the country, in one of the weakest conferences, playing big games. The first 2 biggest college football games, 2 Colorado games. They won 1 game last year. They were 1-11 last year. That doesn't happen in college. He was a 20-point dog. Do you know how crazy that is to be a 20-point underdog and win?
And score 45 points.
You know, they was predicted to win 3 games this year. If you put a dub on them winning 4 games, you would make money. Do you know how crazy that is? Like, crazy, it is ridiculous how quickly Deion Sanders has been able to change the entire life in Colorado.
Fuck that. College football.
Oh, yeah.
There are eyes on college. You would not be paying attention to like week 1 of college football like this if it wasn't for him.
And I'll say, listen, we'll see how week 1 go. That might be the best football game this whole week. Shout out to TCU. I know Max Duggan not there. Y'all was trading haymakers. I'll keep it a buck with you. Y'all was playing great.
Football game.
Amazing football game. The clock didn't stop. I went to bed at a reasonable time. Like, it wasn't a 6. It was a great showing of, oh, this is where college football is going. Mm-hmm. And it's hard because, you know, sports moves. You know, he says all the time, life's not fair. You know, sometimes the guy you're recruiting against is a first ballot Hall of Famer. Like, it's like, yeah, Georgia just won 2 championships.
But I'm Deion Sanders.
But that's prime. Like, oh, you want to play 2 positions? I play 2 sports and 2 positions. I can teach you how.
I did it at an elite level too. Oh. Like, I was very good at both of them.
Hey, he was hit like almost won World Series MVP if they win that World Series. Shout out to Braves.
What's up with dude?
Come on, man. It's ridiculous. And you mentioned Shador, how he's never lost anything. Neither is Deion Sanders. Like, that excellence walks in the room where, oh yeah, I was on the 49ers. We won a championship, and I was like, you know, I'm gonna go do it in Dallas too. I'm gonna go change teams and go do it again. Like, you don't see that. You don't see corners that doing that. Like, Deion is so one of one in every facet he's ever been in, and now it's just in coaching. And listen, love to see it, Deion. Listen, I'll give you the third one.
All right, let's talk about the game for 5 minutes. Yeah, because we ain't said nothing about football yet.
That's facts.
Shador.
Yeah,
let's start there. Mm-hmm. 38 of 47, 510 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, 90.6 QBR.
Yeah, ridiculous.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah.
So
it felt like the ball didn't hit the ground for 4 quarters.
Listen, bro. I was looking at the stats like, yo, how many incompletions has he thrown? Like, what is up with dude?
It looked like he was playing Madden. The ball didn't touch the ground for like 10, 15 minutes at one point.
Bro, what was up with bro?
4 receivers with 100.
4
players with 100 receiving, bro.
They didn't have 2 players with 100 receiving yards last year.
That is ridiculous.
I wanted to ask you,
yeah,
because he has worked out with Tom Brady.
Yeah.
And you understand more than most people understand.
Yeah.
Pocket presence and feet in the pocket.
Yeah.
Talk to the people.
Okay, perfect. So first of all, shout out Tom Brady. He actually texted Shador after the game too, which is crazy. Which is crazy. He texted him after the game. All right.
Just in case Dion don't work, hey, my son can get in touch with Tom Brady.
Yeah, like Tom Brady's going out his way to text your son. Like what? He said, "Don't be satisfied," which is nigga with 7 rings. That's crazy. But I'm glad you mentioned it because you see, especially with young athletic quarterbacks, because Shador for sure can get out of the pocket. He could definitely move around, but a lot of them have a quick trigger with it.
Yes.
And they don't realize, especially as you play better competition, you won't always be able to jump out that window. Like Baker, once you get to the NFL, they're fast too. Like, okay, I'm a good Johnny Manziel. I'm a good athlete. Okay, we're all good athletes.
Right.
We're all great athletes. Linebackers run 4.2 now. Micah Parsons is as fast as you are, if not faster. Mm-hmm. Okay, Micah Parsons is one of the fastest players in the league. That's probably a bad example. But, like, pass rushers making 30 M's a year for a reason. You're not jumping out that window. And Tom Brady was able to play 30 million years because being mobile comes in a lot of different forms where it's not always the best idea for your health, for the play, for just your career in general to scramble. Instead, maybe take a step to the left or just scoot up just a touch or scoot to the right. Ironically, the best player we've ever seen, the only kind of problem he's ever had in his game was Mahomes was dropping too far back. He corrected that, and he's been back smooth sailing. But being able to manipulate the pocket in itself is a way to extend plays you really don't see in younger players. That's why going to Colorado, it seems it's so. If I was a college football coach, I'd be so annoyed because the deeper you look, like they're showing the pregame, they got NFL coaches in there.
Yep.
They got NFL guys in there training these kids.
Yes.
You got Warren Sapp coming to practice. Like
Michael
really,
Irvin.
bro,
Yes.
like real. Shane McCoy said he going to coach the running backs. Like, it's the brain trust in there, and you see it on the field. To be that young and already that mature in the pocket, because that's really what it is. He's calm enough to know, okay, I need to move. But I don't need to jump out this one. Like, I got weapons everywhere. Let me keep them going. And when you see it in young players, it's always amazing to see because it's kind of really hard to teach. Like, people who have it instantly. Like, Burrow at LSU had it. You could see he was like, okay, I have my weapons. I may run, but I'm going to go jump here. I'm going to take a step here, try to give him time.
In the pocket.
Literally.
Out, spin out a little bit. But, yeah.
And Colin said this too. We've been shouting out a bunch of shows, but shout out FS1. Just send the email through. But these 7-on-7 camps, I've been in quarterback camps for 7.5 years. I'm Deion Sanders' son, so I probably got 10,000 reps. You can see it in the young quarterbacks now.
Yes.
You can see it in the players.
Yes.
It's so many less raw prospects than it used to be, because how lucrative it probably is being a college quarterback right now.
Right.
But just the natural talent that some of these players have, because he threw for 500 and it didn't seem hard.
No,
he didn't look rushed. Go ahead.
The accuracy.
Oh yeah,
the accuracy and the mind games he was playing. Because if you watch a lot of college football, or if you understand how their offenses work in college football, most college football offenses are 1 read, 2 reads, get out of there.
Yeah.
And the read isn't even complicated. It's like, when they line up like this, because they're telling you the play, they're looking at the defense. They know what defense the team is in. So they're telling you, hey, when they're in this defense, if this safety comes down here, then you're going here. And if he goes back, you're going here. And if not, you see a lot of quarterbacks start to panic. You see the elite ones, the Alabamas, the Georgias, have kind of more of a pro-style offense.
Right.
Colorado, very similar to pro-style. You saw Shador throw, how many passes did I say? 47 passes. Every single one of those passes went to the right person.
Yep.
He did not make one bad pass. The worst pass he made was on 3rd or 4th down, kind of towards the end zone in the third quarter, I think, where he threw a pass on the run into double coverage. It wasn't even double coverage. The corner was just faster than tight end and jumped he timed it perfectly. He dropped a pick. That was the worst throw he made, and it was just I'm gonna give my guy a chance throw.
Right.
every throw he made, manipulating the pocket, sitting in the pocket, or when he did get out and roll out to his left or right, was the right throw. Every single one of them. He threw to so many open guys.
Yeah.
Like, just wide open or a couple yards of separation. Like, probably 24 of his completions were like that.
Right.
But the beauty in it was when he needed to fit it in there.
It was there.
It was easy.
Yeah.
His deep ball.
Yeah, the goal ball.
Beautiful.
Man, listen.
His deep ball is beautiful. He is such an excellent prospect and such an excellent talent at that quarterback position. He is. I was listening to some shows today, and they said the NFL scouts are saying right now he's a top 10 pick. If he continues, if he plays like that, he has a top 10 pick this year.
Oh yeah,
and that kind of leads me to, before we get to Travis, just real quick, do you think he stays?
Yes,
he can leave.
I think he stays.
Do you think he stays?
I think he stays because Caleb goes this year.
I don't even think it's a question.
Yeah,
honestly.
Yeah,
and I just wanted to see if you thought differently, but I don't think it's a question. My dad is here. I get paid. Yeah. I'm already rich, and Travis Hunter has to stay.
That was the last one. If this was just yo Ishmael Jones and I'm the number one quarterback in the country, yeah, but he's Deion Sanders. So there's no financial incentive. Like, yeah, you could always make more money, but like the difference between being the 8th pick this year and possibly being 1, because there's no Caleb Williams the next year, like, it's kind of an investment in yourself in the first place. But like, it's not like you starving. Like, it's not like you need this money.
No. And the last thing before we get to Travis, I listen to him speak a lot. And well, not a lot, but I have this past 2 weeks of like leading up to the game, and this week I've been listening to him speak a lot, and he's not satisfied, which makes the Brady takes make a lot of sense. He's not satisfied. He wants to be hungry. He said he was like, "Bro, it's easy to look at what you did good. It's the stuff you got to get better. You did wrong. You got to fix to be the complete package." Literally. And when I heard him say that, that makes me think, I don't care if he throws for 5,000 yards and 45 touchdowns this year. He's going, him and his pops, and his offensive coordinator, quarterback coach, going to go back through the film and figure out what he can do wrong. So next year when he comes out, he's damn near year 2 mentally and physically in the league.
And that's the thing. We talk about this in basketball a lot, especially in football, especially quarterbacks. Coaching matters.
1,000,000%.
Go ask Kyler. Coaching matters.
Oh, man.
Go ask Kirk Cousins. These coaches are very important. So if I'm Shador, I'm getting coached by NFL coaches now. It's like, man, the Browns may be looking for a QB. The Cardinals may be drafted. Like, maybe I don't want to do that.
Exactly.
Like, why would I
want to go play for Josh McDaniels as head coach? Like,
exactly. Things like that where, again, this is why Colorado's such an interesting situation. Like, if he was at Auburn, they'd be like, all right, well, it's just an Auburn coach. It's not like I'm taking a giant leap. No, you'd be taking a step down in coaching, like a legitimate one, unless you went to a really, really good environment. But I definitely think he stays.
I don't think it's a question.
Especially with Travis, too.
And speaking of him,
that was special.
That boy is
dog.
His ball skills,
bro,
are out of this world.
No, picking the flat and cover 2, picking the flat and cover 2 in the red zone.
And the way he explained it was exactly how he was like. No, it was easy. He was like, it wasn't even that complicated. Like, that was just film. Yeah, like, I prepared for to do that. He was like, the dude went inside. I told him to take that, and I peeked out before I followed him. And the running back was coming to the flat, so I just baited him. Prom taught me that. He taught me exactly how to do that, and I just listened, and it worked. That's exactly what he was.
How crazy that is? Do you know how crazy that ain't?
It's like, okay.
The average college football watcher, me, but like the more average football watcher, like my mom, like I'm telling my mom, like he's playing both sides. She's like, wow, that's so cool. Do you know how prepared you gotta be? Cause it's not like he playing DN, bro. It's not like he's out there like, you know what? Let's go make plays. Or an offense where it's like, all right, come in, Charles Woodson, take some jet sweeps. No, he's running real offense and real defense. He got to know every DB call on the backside with his regular defense. And then he's not out there running streaks. He's running one X receiver. Like, he's on the line of scrimmage running real routes. To be that prepared, it's... That boy's gonna be he's gonna be really special.
Because do you know the work it took to get him here?
Do you know how crazy that is?
Do you know how much work he put in to be able to do what he did on Saturday?
Bro, it's people who can't do one of those things. It's people who can't do in college football. It's people who's gonna go to the NFL who can't do one of those. Not a great corner, not a great wide receiver. Probably make it to the league. It's plenty of them who will not pan out, and they're not doing half what he's doing.
That is crazy, bro. He is special.
Day one.
But his ball skills, and he dropped 2 touchdowns.
Literally.
He dropped 2 touchdowns.
Day one to be, I was like, oh yeah, he's a Heisman favorite.
He dropped 2 touchdowns and a pick.
Yeah. And the pick he caught, I still can't get over it. I still can't get over it. Like, that's such a elite play.
That's an elite play.
Like,
That's an elite
man.
play. Not many players can make that play. But the pick he dropped was so beautiful because he, like, you could tell he listened to Prime, and you can tell Prime understands his speed. Because not many people at corner have speed like that. So he understands that it's certain ways, like Prime, I can bait you into throwing this ball and you think it's open. And that's exactly what he did on that play. Like, he was just enough behind him to where he knew the second he let it go, I can get there. But he don't know that. And it's gonna be real interesting to see how many passes he's able to jump this year, even if he doesn't catch them. Just how many passes he's gonna be able to disrupt just because of how he is able to bait corners, and he has the best guy in the world. The dude that's better than everybody.
Because it's ways I can play this that other DBs can't.
Yeah.
There's even DBs on my team. Like, there's ways I can sit on this route that's not gonna show up in film. And especially the way, like, it's really, like, once you start watching film, you realize how quick plays really happen. Like, if you're just a casual football fan, I would recommend pull up the video of Tua practicing, like his helmet, and how quick these decisions have to be made. He can bait so many people into things because he's not supposed to be there. I'm not supposed to be standing right here. Anybody else is probably completion. Anybody else, this might be a blown coverage, but no. I can play this differently. And the trust already that, oh yeah, you can play it this way. You can do it. You don't got to prove to me that you can do it this way. You don't got to gamble. You don't got to try to put your talent on the field in a situation where I didn't put you in the best position. No. You can do that now. We know what you got. That's why you here. That's why you here. Like, man.
Dylan Edwards. Boy.
Oh yeah, boy.
That's the speed.
Yeah.
That's the speed.
They said he almost didn't go there too.
That's the speed.
That's the second one up the right sideline? Yeah. I was like, oh, wow. Good. Oh, this is a good game. Shit, he's going to score.
And then the third one on 4th down, I was like, oh, he scored that. Boy, he got to beat him to the corner.
Yeah.
Okay.
Outrun angles? Yeah. That's something that bugs him.
Nice.
Yeah.
They had no idea who he was until Saturday at 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
But I know who he is now.
That's how it happened.
Coach Prime.
Yep.
4 years old. Known him since he was 4 years old.
That's crazy. That's amazing.
Hey, man. And I'm telling you now, before we get to the football, to the grown man football, they're winning the championship next year. Shador stay there next year.
Yeah.
They're winning the championship.
Man,
the only reason they're not winning it this year is because of the trenches.
Yeah.
They could go into, they could beat USC and end up in the top 4 this year. They can't win the championship.
Because they can't stop.
They cannot be Alabama. They cannot be Georgia. Just next year.
Oh, yeah.
He gonna get just enough.
Yeah.
He gonna get just enough in them trenches, and
you mentioned
next year they might win it.
Recruiting, bro. I'm so worried because we've never seen anything like this.
No,
we've never seen where in 1 week this became probably the most attractive school in college to go to. Nick Saban's first year didn't go this way. Kirby Smart's first year, it was already
it was Georgia,
right?
It don't count,
but. How do you recruit against it? How do you? With this, first of all, this many eyes on you, off jump. That would get you to most colleges. Okay, then it's a Hall of Fame coach. Surrounded by NFL coaches. With enough talent around you, they have 2 Heisman candidates. They have 2 players on the team that may be going to the Heisman ceremony.
3.
Maybe 3. Do you know how crazy that is? Travis Hunter keep playing 100 snaps a game. He'll be there. Sanders, Shador, for sure will be there.
It's not even a question.
It legit may be him, Caleb Williams, and Shador. Like, it's so much opportunity there. Conference trash. Like, what is the pitch where it's like, man, you could come to Colorado or you come to FSU?
I'm gonna say, what is the pitch outside of Georgia, Alabama, and LSU? Because those are the schools that are the SEC, just different.
Yeah.
Other than those schools, what's the pitch?
Yeah.
I think he's gonna have people knocking on his door next year. Like, please, please.
Like, another thing, like, of those 3 schools, like Cam said, I know you saw this. Like Cam said, They don't need you. You go there. You don't play your first 2 years. You get in. Oh yeah, you caught a slant. Senior day. Okay, like crazy shot, Cam. But like, you go to the Alabama. A lot of y'all not playing them first couple years. Go ask
the trenches,
bro. Go ask Alvin Kamara what it's like in their RB room.
Go ask
Derrick Henry. Go ask these world class NFL Pro Bowl players who couldn't get on the field there.
Nick Chubb, Todd Gurley, Sony Michel was in the
same backfield, bro. Same
That's crazy.
backfield, bro.
That's crazy.
Do I want to go there? Or I go to Colorado? Or I mean, it's opportunities every week we playing in the Pac-12. Every week we putting up 40. My stats gonna be crazy. It's opportunities everywhere.
I know you can block, brother. We gonna throw the ball 40 times a game.
I'm telling you.
They gonna know you can block.
And you know what? And I know it. It's the linemen at high school watching at home. They know.
Oh, they need 2 stops.
But they got Warren Sapp coming to talk to the team, bro. They got Warren Sapp coming to talk to y'all, bro. Come on, man. Deion's building something special, man.
Come on, man. All right,
shut up.
That was fun. I've been excited to do that since Saturday.
I've been so ready
to the man's game. Man, we are back, man. I'm so sorry for breathing the mic like that, but we are back tonight for you guys. Lions, Chiefs, 8:20. We have a incredible NFL season on the way. The AFC is stacked. The top 3 or 4 NFC teams are amazing. Then we got some sleeper teams. We got a lot of young talent, young quarterbacks we want to see, young DBs in year 2 we want to see if they can make the leap. Very excited for this season. And shout out to the big dog, the GOAT. First season without Tom Brady since I've been alive.
Yeah, no, that hurts.
That's crazy.
It's going to hurt tomorrow. When
That's crazy.
It's going to be very sad when I wake up tomorrow.
That's crazy, man. So, where the fuck do we start, man? Like, there's so much to get to.
Do you want to hit Chandler Jones? Did you see the Chandler Jones stuff?
Chandler Jones
got locked out of the facility today. It was an accident. They eventually let him in. But he was like spazzing on Instagram. Like he couldn't get nobody on the phone. Like he was like, yo, I got like 121 sacks. Y'all got me working out this regular gym. Like, can I call my gym? Like he was on Instagram really pissed. It's crazy.
No, that's hilarious. So I guess the first thing we can do before we do anything is just talk about what we are expecting from the season in general.
Right.
It's been a lot of drama, like you said. It's nice to get away from it, and now we just in the trenches now. It's been a lot of drama, a lot of holdouts, a lot of contracts. What do you think? I guess the first question to ask is, what do you think will be the biggest surprise this year? I think that's the thing most people like is a surprise.
Biggest surprise this year,
and not a bold take, like something you just
something genuinely surprising. Mm-hmm. I hate this. Probably the Atlanta Falcons. I think in that division. Oh, dang! I want to change my answer. They're gonna take my head. So I'll keep going. But in that division, there's gonna be a lot of opportunities for close games. But I think Deion's gonna be really, really good. Mm-hmm. In that system. Listen, he slipped to 8 in one of my fantasy drafts. I grabbed him, but I want Deion to get 250 carries this year. Listen, y'all not paying running backs no more. The NFL showed you what they're doing on running backs. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets most carries in the league, most yards in the league, most touchdowns. I don't remember the last time we saw a running back step in the league and be the best running back in the league. Maybe Zeke, but I don't know. I don't know who his competition would be with him and CMC. Him and
Derrick Henry, Saquon, maybe this have a great year, but it's not a lot.
Literally, and it's definitely possible where we're walking in and he's offensive player of the year, offensive rookie of the year.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. So I think my biggest surprise this year and realistic this year, and we've touched on this a little bit, but I think it's going to be Seattle. I think Seattle, I don't see a lot of people talking about them. I think a lot of people, because the NFC is so weak, has them making the playoffs.
Right.
But I think Seattle is going to win 13 to 14 games, and that's going to surprise a lot of people.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be fighting with San Francisco for that top 3 or 4 for the number 1 seed, San Francisco, Philly, and Cowboys. I think they're going to be right there in that contention for the number 1 seed. I think Geno will not win the MVP, but I think he will be in the conversations up until up until about week 14, 15. Right. And I think DK will continue to have a great year. I think that chemistry, they unlocked something last year with the JSN coming over there. I think he'll see a lot of more favorable coverage. Yeah. I also think that Kenneth Walker coming back will help the offense a lot. Bobby Wagner coming back to man up the defense with the corners you have on the outside. I think Seattle is going to be the surprise of this year. And maybe it's not a ginormous surprise because they were in the playoffs last year. But I think how good they're going to look is going to be the surprise. Last year, they were just a good football team. Right. This year, I think it's going to be like off TV, eye-opening, like, oh, shit, they might go to the Super Bowl. And I said last week, that's my sleeper Super Bowl team.
I definitely like that, and I won't rule out a Super Bowl for all the reasons you mentioned. And the last one is they're kind of one of the scariest teams to prepare for.
Yes.
Because they have so many unique players that you don't see in the league.
Right.
Where DK is one of the biggest wide receivers in the league, there's no way to practice for him. Tariq Woolen, 6'4", it's no way to practice for him. It's no way to prepare for the challenges that they're going to present to you. And building off of what they had last year where, Geno's obviously had his best year, one of the best passing years we've seen, one of the best, deep balls we've seen in a while. And then you add an amazing slot receiver. So everything opens up a little more. Your defense shows signs, and then you add Hall of Famer, and then a borderline Hall of Famer and Jamal Adams coming back too. There's a lot of brain trust you're adding to this. And lastly, you mentioned this, we talked about Shedeur. Pete Carroll's not a loser. Pete Carroll don't lose.
He wins.
And the easiest way to win a Super Bowl is have one of the greatest quarterbacks ever and hit on 3 straight drives. I think I said this last time. And they're 2 for 2. You hit on 3 straight drives, you can win a Super Bowl. And that's where Seattle is headed, where, if Geno stays on this track, you're not going to have to overpay Geno like he's an MVP. You can continue to build around this team. And you're in a place where the division is kind of moving a different way, where Cardinals tanking, Rams physically falling apart. The 49ers got $210 million of their salary cap for 24 already spent. Already spent.
That's crazy. Dog.
Before we even started.
That is crazy.
Them bills come due.
That's crazy.
Ask LA. Them bills come due. Ask New Orleans. Ask Tampa. You can't spend like that forever. So the Seahawks not only have amazing on-field talent, their front office has been cooking. All these young players on cheap to nothing deals. Your 2 starting tackles, nothing. Running back, nothing. Number 1 receiver, number 1 corner, nothing. All these positions that you got to check off, you're getting from nothing. And if one of them defensive linemen take a step, shout out Nwosu, that defense could get very scary. And this is why they're in such a good position. Because they're in a great position because they can add someone midseason. That is what separates so many Super Bowl contenders where it's like, man, we need this. It would be great if we could spend the first to go get Brian Burns. Chandler Jones not happy? Oh, we can go get Chandler Jones. Oh, Chris Jones not happy? We can go get Chris Jones. You can go get a bona fide star somewhere where you may have to bite the bullet and pay them for a little bit, but you're not paying anybody else anyway. So if you only got one need, let's say they get to this offseason, they only got one need. You know who a free agent this year? Chase Young. We bring in Chase Young. Or so many different things you can do because they have so many positions ready to go. Right. Kenneth Walker not going nowhere. JSN not going nowhere. DK not going nowhere. So many of their plans are set in stone. They feel like the Eagles from the beginning of last year. Where it's like, man, it's starting to add up. It's starting to become a lot.
Right.
And we're right at the tip point. So I love Seattle being a dark horse Super Bowl team, and they're a great Madden team.
Yes, they are. So before we do the awards and stuff, we'll kind of piggyback off of where we picked off of last year and talk playoff teams. So this will be our 2024 playoff picture. Really hard to predict, but I think we got it right, man.
Right.
I really
think listen, we here.
I think we gonna probably have 1 or 2 teams different, but I think for the most part we here.
Yeah.
So starting in the AFC. So from last week, automatically making the playoffs, you have Chiefs, Dolphins, Ravens, Jacksonville, and
Yeah.
Chiefs, Dolphins, Ravens, Jacksonville.
Facts. Yeah, that's right.
Me, I have Chiefs, Jets, Ravens, and Jacksonville. Who are your next 3 teams in the AFC that you will think fill out 5, 6, and 7 in the playoffs this year? And it's hard because real playoff teams on paper, you have this is outside of the division winners.
Yeah.
This is Chargers, Broncos, Bills, Jets,
Dolphins.
Browns.
You said Dolphins?
Tennessee. That was your division.
Oh yeah. I'm talking to you.
So that's 6 extra teams for 3 spots.
So Chargers for sure.
Okay.
I really like what they brought in that OC. I think they're going to be throwing the ball everywhere around the field. I think there's going to be a very explosive offense. The AFC North's going to have 2. Mm-hmm. So I have
Ravens.
I have the Ravens. It'll be the Bengals. Mm-hmm. Now that last team's going to be real tough.
So look, bro. Bills, Jets, Broncos. The Patriots are the Patriots. Yep. The Browns and Tennessee. That's crazy. And Pittsburgh.
I'm not. Shout out Kenny Pickett. Yeah, I ain't doing that. But I'm really stumped right now. I'm really stumped.
I'm gonna give you mine and let you think about your last
What's
team.
yours?
So, like I said, Chiefs, Jets, Ravens, Jacksonville will be the top 4 seeds. I think the Chiefs. Unless Travis Kelce ends up missing a game or 2, I think the Chiefs win the number 1 seed. If not, I think it'll be the Ravens. But my playoff teams: Chargers. My second playoff team is the Bengals, and my third playoff team. Even though I do think they're going to struggle this year, they're going to get bounced in the first round. I do think the Bills have enough talent to be that 7th playoff team.
Okay,
and I still think they're going to be 10-7, 11-6, but I think it'll be enough to make the playoffs. I have the Dolphins and the Broncos missing out.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the Bills too.
The Bills.
Yeah, regret. I think that's the last step before we get off that ladder. Mm-hmm. We're walking backwards. Mm-hmm. We're headed for that first round exit. Yes. Yeah, I like that.
All right. So the Jets are missing the playoffs in your eyes. Do you really think the Jets is going to fall apart, or you just think their schedule is too tough? Like, do you think it's more going to be on them, or just like the teams that they are playing have been together? And I think
it's a very interesting combination, right? So, because life not fair, it's kind of a combination of a bunch of stuff. Like, I think Garrett Williams is a really good wide receiver. Mm-hmm. I think maybe he's the 15th best wide receiver in the league, and there's no other talent on that offense at all. And what concerns me is how bad that offensive line is. Because everybody rushes the passer now. And if they can't rush the passer, they blitz you. And not having weapons that can win one-on-one constantly on the outside and having a bad line is a combination that you don't see positive results from a lot. No. Usually it's, all right, we don't have any linemen, but we got Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Tyler Boyd outside. Mm-hmm. So, as long as, if people are going to rush us, we're going to be able to exploit them. Right. It's like, man, we don't have a lot of weapons outside. We got Sky Moore, we got, Kadarius Toney, but we got an amazing offensive line. Yeah. So we're going to have all day, and we're going to run the ball when we want to. This team has neither. And I just think it's a lot to ask your defense, because last year one of the best defenses in the league. But you also did play 7 backup quarterbacks. And the difference is now y'all have to be great every week. Because you're going to be in every game if you are. But the quarterbacks you're playing just don't get stopped. Like, realistically, the quarterbacks you're going to be competing with, how many really get stopped? And lastly, cherry on top, I've never seen Aaron Rodgers be a good quarterback in the playoffs. And that is not conjecture. The best one he's got is Dak Prescott.
Matt Ryan. I'll give him Matt Ryan. I'll take Matt Ryan over Dak. Easy, any day of the week.
Would you take 11 Matt Ryan over Dak?
Yeah, because I like early Matt Ryan more than I like late Matt Ryan.
Really? I like 6. I'm a firm 16.
16 Matt Ryan was ridiculous. Yeah. I don't count the prime. I'm talking about outside of the prime. Okay, Dak don't got one. So it's like if we comparing, I love Matt Ryan.
And even that's rookie Dak. So you know,
Thank you.
And look, we go back. We'll give you the Matt Ryan. That was before LeBron had a ring. So I'm expecting him to come to the hardest conference with the best quarterbacks. Salute to Aaron Rodgers. I was looking at the UFO video. Pretty interesting video. But you're what? The 9th best quarterback in the conference?
Something like that.
It's 6 MVPs in that conference. Realistic. Like okay. Mahomes, Burrow, Lamar, Herbert, Allen. That's 5.
Trevor.
That's 6. Am I missing anybody?
Deshaun.
He not bad. Is he better? Let's say
he's on Deshaun's level.
Let's say he's
on the same level.
On Deshaun's level.
Tua and Russell Wilson.
Yeah, he's better than those two.
Yeah.
But you know what's the worst part is? They got more weapons than him.
Yeah.
Listen, Russell Wilson for sure got.
How do you feel about Dalvin Cook?
I think he'll be good, but it was kind of a redundant signing. I like him early in the season, especially with Breece Hall coming off an ACL, trying to ease him back into being a running back that you're going to give the ball to a lot, but he doesn't really solve your main problems. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of hard because you hear people say this all the time, like, you kind of just can't find linemen. Like, nobody's trading good linemen.
No.
You got to draft them, or you're going to have to overpay for them. But it's such a big hole in your team where the pass rushers, let me get their schedule. Because their pass Von Miller in that division. Matt Judon, Josh Uche, 20 sacks a game.
Luckily, though,
20
this
sacks
is
a
Von
year.
Miller first.
Oh, yeah. That is facts.
Luckily. But they play Micah Parsons.
Yep.
Chris Jones, I'm assuming, will get paid.
Right.
Matthew Judon twice.
Yep.
Is it somebody in Denver?
Chubb. Well, no, not Chubb. No.
So they got to see Chubb in Miami.
Yeah.
But then they got to play the Eagles D-line. So that's the Eagles. Joey Bosa, Khalil Mack, Chandler Jones. Von Miller should be back by November
Chandler
19th.
Jones and Max Crosby.
The Falcons D-line is going to be very good this year.
Great year. Shout out Rockdale.
Chase Young and that defense.
Yep.
And then Myles Garrett. So, yeah.
Dude.
I didn't think about that. That's crazy.
And
that's a great point. That's a really good point.
Listen, when you're 26, Aaron Rodgers, and you're the gunslinger, discount double check, it's a lot easier to pull yourself up off that ground.
Right.
Aaron Rodgers is going in the year
40.
Bro, he's 40, bro.
40.
And them hits, the thing about them, they never get softer.
Yeah. So we'll talk week 8. Yeah. Actually, not even week 4. Because week 4 is really the start of our regular season here. Right?
Yeah.
After
we're not a big overreaction show. Yeah.
Week 4 we'll talk, and I might change my mind. But right now, I'm going to stick with him over the Dolphins.
Yeah, Michael Parsons might have 4 sacks on him.
So let's get to the NFC. So, NFC, your 4 division winners were the Saints, Lions, 49ers, Eagles. My 4 division winners were the Falcons, Vikings, 49ers, and Eagles. So, I will start with my 3 playoff teams and let you go ahead and think about yours.
All right. It's going to be some nasty names. Right?
No, it's not. It's the 3 most obvious, in my opinion, because I don't think the NFC is going to bring any surprises.
I think our first 2 might be the same. Our first 2 might be the same.
I am expecting some surprises in the AFC. Right. I'm expecting one of them teams, I say, to have an injury and miss the playoffs. Completely fall apart. I think
Micah Hyde's hurt, right?
Micah Hyde just got hurt. Buffalo may completely fall apart this year. New York may not be who I think they are this year.
Chargers.
The Chargers are, like we said, the Clippers. You just never fucking know. So the only teams I'm 100% confident in are, of course, the boy, and Lamar and Burrow. So Cincinnati and Baltimore are the only 2 teams I'm 1,000,000% confident in. I have the Lions, of course.
Right.
I think they're just going to piggyback off what they did last year, and their defense will be a little bit better, and that's all they need because they were scoring 40 easy last year.
Right.
Seahawks, just spoke about them. And the last team is the Cowboys. Right. I have to say, their roster's too good.
That might be the best defense in the league.
Yo, that defense on paper, no question, is the best defense in the league. We'll see how they come together, but I don't think at worst they'll be the 5th best defensive football.
And listen, I love my Dan Quinn slander. Hell of a D coordinator.
Oh, he's an amazing defensive coordinator.
Great D coordinator.
Defensive coordinator. And I think Dak will be good enough. I don't think they're going to win any playoff games. I don't think they're going to get to the NFC Championship and win the Super Bowl like Skip and Michael Irvin. But I think they're going to be a really good team and actually a really exciting team this year.
Who's my 4? Who's my 4?
Your 4 was Saints, Lions, 49ers, Eagles.
Okay.
You had the Vikings at 11-6.
Yeah.
Falcons 9-8. Seahawks 13-4. Rams 7-10.
Yeah.
Giants
Definitely Seahawks. Definitely Cowboys. I think the Commanders make the playoffs. Wow. I really do. I really think they do.
Okay.
I think we get 3 playoff teams out the NFC East.
Okay.
I think what they are cooking, that D-line, incredible. And if there's one thing that can massage the problems on the rest of your defense, is being able to rush the passer. Chase Young on an expiring deal. Deron Payne. It's some talent on that defense. But more importantly, they got some dudes on offense. Brian Robinson coming back, getting shot, get a full offseason to really work out, is a great recruit. I think he'll benefit a lot in this scheme. Quick passes, catching the ball at the backfield, doing all the in-between stuff in the Bieniemy offense. But simplifying the offense for your young quarterback when you have this level of talent out wide with Terry McLaurin, Curtis Samuel, Jahan Dotson, I think they're going to catch a lot of people by surprise.
So, I lied to you. My bad. There's one surprise in the NFC East, and it would be the Giants and Commanders. It would be the NFC East.
Yeah.
NFC East having 3 playoff teams. Mm-hmm. I could see that happening. But what I want to ask you is, one, do you think the Bears have any chance of making the playoffs? You had them at 9-8. I think I did too. Vikings 11, you had them at 11-6. Why do you think they don't make the playoffs?
I think they finished the year really bad.
Okay.
I think that the Vikings are kind of in an in-between state where you're not sure if you're keeping Kirk Cousins because it's getting really expensive because Kirk Cousins literally can't be franchise tagged. Mm-hmm. You got all these young quarterbacks coming up. I think they're in an in-between year where your defense is one age, your offense is another, your best player is younger than all of them. I think we may be, a bad step or a couple of losses away from things really changing in Minnesota and them having to flip it. But it's more so how good I think the Commanders will be, where I think they could reach kind of 10, 11 wins and get in there in that spot just because how much talent they have. And every year it's a seriously team? Like really? And I think this will be it. There's never been an NFL season that went according to plan.
Ever.
Yeah.
So I will say, the Vikings, tough games. Yeah. Eagles, Chargers, Chiefs, 49ers. I think the Bears will be a tough game 2 times. Broncos, Bengals, Lions twice. And then the Packers are in your division. Yeah. So I don't, and they play the Falcons. I don't think, and they're on the road. Mm-hmm. I do not think that it is out of the realm that they don't make the playoffs. Yeah. But I just can't go there yet.
Yeah. And for the Bears, I think they'll be just a little too far outside looking in. Okay. I think they'll take steps with DJ Moore. I think they still need to improve the offensive line a little bit. Still need to add to the defense, but they'll look a lot. They won't be the first pick this year.
I think you said it perfectly. They're the 2014 Panthers, and the 2014 Panthers made the playoffs and won the division at 7-8-1. So they made the playoffs that year, but I don't think you're going to be able to win 7 games and make the playoffs this year. So I do think
losing right here.
I do think they'll be 7-9, 7 to 9 wins, and like you said, they'll be. You said it last week perfectly. 2014 Panthers, they'll be on that route. Yeah. I think the defense will get better this year. They'll take a step, and next year is the year you're going to expect.
And for the people listening, 2014, not 2015.
Yes, not them.
The wow, he could be really good. 2014,
So, in all of that, I say, fuck it. Let's pick a Super Bowl 7 months away.
September 6th. Let's get it.
So, first we'll go AFC Championship. Who would you have in the AFC Championship?
We're going to Chiefs Ravens.
Chiefs Ravens? All right. Ravens. Yeah, that's what I got right now. Yeah. I don't see nobody. I like the Ravens. I like the Ravens a lot. I don't think we've seen Lamar. We have not seen Lamar with the number 1 receiver. I think he may have 2. Zay Flowers might be a number 1 receiver.
Listen, Zay Flowers looks really good.
I'm not sure. Yeah. We got to see it translate. Mm-hmm. But he might be number 1 receiver worthy. I think as long as your 2 running backs stay healthy, J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards, as long as they are healthy and Gus Edwards doesn't have to be a number 1 running back, I think you're happy. Lamar, as long as he stays healthy, which I'm 100% confident after 2 back-to-back injuries, he is taking care of his body and he's going to stay healthy. Yep. He looks a lot bigger. Added a lot of muscle. So I expect him to stay healthy. I expect him to be in the pocket a little bit more. And I expect his runs to be that more.
You won't be running QB power for 6 months.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And you won't be running the QB power. I think the offensive scheme will take some time to implement. So don't be surprised if weeks 1 through 4, the offense looks a little bit slow. But I think their defense will keep them in games. And I think that by weeks 4 to 8, they'll start hitting strides. Yeah. And you'll see what we're talking about now. It's towards weeks 8 through 17. The Chiefs, yeah.
Chiefs are so bad for shows like this. It's kind of annoying how good they are because like
they're gonna walk.
We can't pick against them. Mm-hmm. It's a rule in the show that we don't pick against them, so we're just not going to. But just to talk a bit more about the Ravens, I think 1,000% everything that you mentioned. But it's been crazy because I have heard like people like are a little worried about the Ravens. Like, well, we've seen Lamar in the other style. We don't know how this is gonna work. Like Lamar is gonna stop running. The difference is the runs are just not gonna be QB powers. They're gonna be scrambles, which are much safer, much easier to protect yourself when you're not running in between the tackles on 2nd and 7. And they're going to be more dynamic because you're running, because it's there. Instead of, we just have to run. So I think they'll be really good. I hope Odell can stay healthy. God, I hope Odell, we're big fans of Odell on the show. Hope he can stay healthy. Hope Zay Flowers, hope Duvernay can stay healthy. But aside from all of them, the one person I'm really expecting to have a really big year, quite in a weird way, this is in a position you hear talk about a lot, is Roquan Smith.
Yes.
Stepping into the leader of that defense. The head guy calling defense. And, this is Baltimore. You're not going to be Ray Lewis. So I'm not even going to mention Ray Lewis. But Baltimore defense is a thing that's been throughout my whole life. Baltimore's never had a bad defense. John Harbaugh takes pride in his defense, and I think their defense is going to shock a lot of people because a lot of people are not confident in that defense, and I'm the complete opposite. I think the Ravens are best when people don't think they're going to be great. I think they're at their best when they can sell, they can feel the just us mentality. I don't know how that works when you didn't pay your quarterback for 4 years and everybody hates you, but we'll see. But I'm expecting a lot of big things, and the Chiefs, Mahomes still plays there.
Yeah, and with the defense, exactly what you said. I've just never seen them have a bad defense. I trust Harbaugh over there. I really do. Mm-hmm. I like the combination of Roquan and Patrick Queen. Yeah. And that 3-4. I love it. I love it a lot. I think their weakest part is their defensive line, but I think it'll be adequate. You're worried about Marlon Humphrey because the issue with their corners is they don't have a lot of depth at corner.
Right.
So if Marlon is hurt, that's going to hurt them a lot on the outside. But as long as he comes back by week 2 or 3 and he's healthy and everybody can go to where they're supposed to be, I think they'll be okay.
Yeah, Kyle Hamilton taking that next step too. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I love you, but Marcus Peters, it was time for him to go. He was slow. It's about time. He's on the back end. But I think they're going to be very good. I'm very excited to watch them. So NFC.
I'm going to go Eagles Seahawks.
Me too. Yeah. So Eagles, Seahawks. Eagles, I think, are just going to hit the ground running next year. Yeah. I think when you have somebody in the locker room like Jalen Hurts, and you have somebody in the locker room like Nick Sirianni, I think they are a match made in heaven. I think Nick Sirianni has the Dion-esque factor of, I'm going to tell you what we going to do, and we going to do it because I believe in y'all more than anybody on this earth.
Right.
And Jalen Hurts is the calm, the quiet storm.
Yeah.
Like, yo, come on. We a family. All right, it's week 1. I don't give a fuck. It's week 4. I don't care. All right, that's one playoff win. I don't care. Mm-hmm. He's the even kill, not going to turn the ball over. He's going to make the right read every play. The offense, they have the best roster in football. All around, they have the best roster in football. They're going to be able to run the ball. They have the best offensive line in football. He's going to have time to throw. He's going to be throwing to open receivers. And they got a Georgia defense in the NFL. Yeah. With NFL talent now. So, it's borderline unfair.
And elite corners.
Two elite corners. The only question
is... Ringo go there?
Who?
Didn't Keely go there? Keely Ringo.
Yes, Ringo's there. And he made the team. So
Jesus Christ.
So they're going to be amazing. So, on the flip side, Seattle, I just spoke about Seattle, so I'll let Ish talk about Seattle.
Yeah, I think Seattle is taking that jump. And I don't think it'll be this year. I think it'll be next year. I said it was a 3-year process to win the Super Bowl. But I think Seattle is going to dominate a lot of Sundays. Mm-hmm. I think they are going to be the team where a lot of people are going to look up around Christmas time and think, oh, yeah, is this the best team in the NFC? Mm-hmm. Of course, they won't be. Well, maybe they won't be.
They might be.
But... I posed this question last week. this may be the best receiving core in the league.
Might be.
This may be like the best offense you could put on a field, just talent, like personnel wise. I don't know if there's another offense that's going to make you prepare for so many different things, just personnel wise, like they can. Mm-hmm. They have players that sometimes it just doesn't matter, where their physical abilities can allow them to play the game, like we mentioned, Travis, that allow them to play the game in ways that, sometimes you can't stop. Mm-hmm. I think they'll be in a lot of games with great coaching. Geno takes care of the ball, and I think they're going to be a tough matchup for a lot of people because there's nothing that they can be easily exploited. There's no flaws in the team. There's no way to beat them per se that blueprint-wise. And you see this with the new upstarting teams. There's no blueprint on them. Nobody knows how to beat them yet. I think this will be one of those cases where you don't know how to stop them.
Right.
You don't know whether to pack the box for Kenneth Walker or how you're going to stop 3 elite wide receivers while they're doing that at the same time. So I think that'll be the biggest reason that Seattle's able to advance in the NFC, and the NFC kind of trash.
Exactly.
If I told you they beat the Cowboys on a pick six, that wouldn't be that surprising.
No. You wouldn't be surprised if they played because they won't be, so they have to play 2 games. Yeah. Like I tell you, they beat Cowboys and the Commanders. Yeah. You're like, okay, right, that makes sense. All right, I see them beating San Francisco. I think they're better than they almost beat San Francisco last year. Literally. They were this close last year. Yeah. And I think if they have a little bit more of a run game, they probably do it. I don't think Brock Purdy's that good. That's where I was going with. That's where I was going to go next. Is San Francisco. I don't think he's that good. I think he has benefited. Yeah. From an amazing roster, and last year they hit the ground running, and he hit the ground, and they had no film on him, and Kyle Shanahan put him in the perfect positions for him to make 1 or 2 reads and make the throw. I think he's accurate, but I do not think he has a strong arm, and I think these offenses that he's going to face when it comes playoff time, and the defense he's going to have to face with the Cowboys, Seattle, and the Eagles being the main 3 I'm talking about, he's going to have to see one of those 2 if he wants to get to the NFC Championship. Yep. And I don't think he's good enough to beat any of those defenses because I think you're going to have to make unorthodox plays. You're going to have to make on-the-fly plays, and I don't think he's capable of doing that. And maybe he'll prove me wrong, or maybe they'll just be so dominant at their skills position that it won't matter. But right now, I just can't trust Brock Purdy. And I think they're going to have a great regular season. Yeah. So when he throws for 28 touchdowns, don't be surprised. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying playoff time, I don't trust him.
I don't want to upset the Falcons fans that are listening still, but I'm going to list some names. So I'm going to go rookie Kirk Cousins, RG3, Matt Schaub, Matt Ryan, Jimmy Garoppolo. All these players have had immense success. One place, at one time, with one guy. The Kyle Shanahan magic sauce, whatever he's sprinkling on these quarterbacks, because he's clearly cursed in these quarterbacks. That's probably why he being hurt, soul to soul or something. But seeing Brock Purdy succeed, I wasn't a big believer in him because I saw Jimmy G do the same thing. The only difference is y'all ain't give him a max contract after y'all did Jimmy G, which is crazy. But I totally agree. He's small. He don't got a big arm. He's not athletic. And what he was asked to do, he did do, but nothing that jumped off the screen. Like watching him, this is why the Trey Lance trade is so confusing. It's like we can see why they wanted a difference maker. Because that's not what he is. And in these big games, like what do we have of him? He played 5 plays against the Eagles. They didn't look good. It's not like it was back and forth in them 5 plays. And I hate to say this, people, little guys
don't make it.
They just don't, bruh.
Unless you can move like Kyler and Russ, you don't make it.
In the teams you're playing, you got to get up. You got to pick yourself up off the ground.
You got a good offensive line, but it's not the best in the league. It's not like you got this amazing 1990 Cowboys line or something.
Literally, you do got to. You may have to play the Cowboys for real. That may be your first round. Okay, you won 13 games, best defense in the league. Here you go, on the road too, by the way.
So who wins the AFC Championship?
Yeah, the Chiefs. I just can't. I really can't. I can't pick against the Chiefs. He's too good. He's really too good.
He's too good.
He's just too good.
He's amazing.
I'm not. You know what? I'm not gonna say the Ravens can't beat them because going into the game, I think it would be a either or. Mm-hmm. Whoever you pick, I wouldn't be mad. But just a rule in our show, I just can't say he's gonna lose.
That's so funny. Bro. I am going the Ravens, and I have been very high on the Ravens. Odell Beckham has a large part to do with that. You asked if I said that I hope Odell stays healthy. He's going to stay healthy.
Yeah.
Odell's ACL was in half when
That's
he went to
fact.
LA. He took a full year off so he could get 100% healthy.
And he played the whole season on that ACL.
Exactly. He's a freak of nature. He's going to be okay. If you have seen the pictures of Odell recently, he is big. He has gotten put on a lot of muscle, and that is to protect himself. I don't think he's going to be as explosive. I will say that. I don't think you're going to see too many 6-yard slants turn into 80-yard touchdowns.
Yeah.
You won't see that too much, but I think he's going to be great in the red zone. Mm-hmm. I think he's going to be a consistently open target for Lamar.
Right.
And I think he's going to open Mark Andrews' games. And that leads me to Mark Andrews, who I think is going to have a big year. And I think that's going to be the difference maker. Mm-hmm. He is so comfortable. Him and Lamar are so comfortable. Reminds me of Greg Olsen and Cam, Tom and Gronk, Tony Gonzalez and Matt Ryan. It reminds me of those great tight end quarterback connections. Yeah. And I think that with Zay Flowers, Odell, Duvernay, and Bateman on the outside, he's going to see a lot of one-on-one coverage. Right. You're not going to be able to bracket him as much. He's a mismatch nightmare, and I think he is going to be consistently open. I think this offense is going to be very hard to stop, and I think their defense will be just enough. I do think predicting a game 7 months in the future is hilarious. Yeah. But I do think if we do get to the points, it's a shootout type game. But I trust Bro to get it done. Right. So NFC.
I got the Eagles. Life's not fair, sometimes you do everything right, and so did the team in Philadelphia. You know what I mean? Sometimes you draft great every year, and so do they. And they're just a year ahead of you. I was in 7th grade. I wanted to go do this stuff. I'm going to say, you're just not old enough. You're just not ready, Seattle.
You're just not ready now.
Eagles been there, done that. I think they're a better team than last year.
Home field.
Yeah, they're going to have home field. Jason Kelsey's coming back. They're going to QB sneak 5 times in the game. It's gonna be nasty. You're just one guy, and we said this last week. You're just a pass rusher away. Yeah, you're just that one guy away, and that's all right. But I got the Eagles going back. It'll probably be an amazing game, but we're not gonna get a score like
I'm not crazy. Eagles is who I have going back to the Super Bowl, and this year sneak peek. I think they're gonna win. I think the Eagles will get their Super Bowl this year. Jason Kelsey will retire. Yeah. Jalen Hurts will be solidified and one of the 3 best quarterbacks in the NFL. Yep. And that is how I think the season is. The Eagles winning the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, life's not fair.
Life's not fair.
Life's not fair.
But they should have won it last year.
Life's not fair because sometimes you should win too, and you're not going to win either. And you're just not going to win either. Like, Jason, they're going to have an amazing season. Mm-hmm. Probably a better season than they had last year. Get all the way back to the bowl. To rewrite their wrongs, then the turf and the holding flags, and they're gonna lose too. And Jalen Hurts, you should have 2 rings, but sometimes go ask Stockton, go ask Magic,
go ask Melo,
go ask
KD, go ask young KD, go ask a lot of them.
Sometimes it's just not fair, bro. And
don't go ask KD. My bad.
I think the Chiefs go ask KD all stuff. I think the Chiefs will be really good, but I think the step up in their receiving core will be enough to keep them just a bit ahead of the Chiefs. Mm-hmm. Where last year their receiving core was such I don't want to say a detriment, but wasn't a strength. Adding Justin Ross, who might be a number 1 receiver for real, to that. Sky Moore taking another step. Kadarius Toney is still there. Travis Kelce, of course, always still there. I think that'll be enough with all the young players on their defense becoming a year older. Nick Bolton, a year older. Willie Gay, Trent McDuffie, all those people they have that were out there, that was their first experience. Like, we talked about programs in college. This is all they know.
Yeah.
Like, greatness is all they know.
Facts.
And when you have somebody, like we talk about Hurts, when you have somebody like Mahomes, like, greatness, especially in sports, breeds urgency. because players like him don't come around. So the front office knows every year we got to be ready to compete. The defense knows every game we do our job, we probably win. And even if we don't, give them a quarter. Give them a half. Give them a tip pass, incompletion, 3 and out. And that may be it. And teams take on, I've always believed this, in almost most sports, teams always take on the identity of their best player.
Yes, that's factual.
Like the Eagles, they go in, they're physical, strong, mentally tough, talented as hell, going into every game confident. But the Chiefs don't go into every game thinking we just need to win. Mm-hmm. They are trying to dominate. They're trying to be the best team
They don't want to make a mistake.
They don't want to be the best team in the league. They want to be the best team ever. He doesn't want to be the best quarterback in the league. He wants to be the best quarterback ever. Andy Reid, he don't want to be the best coach in the league. He wants to be the best coach ever. They go into every game with that mindset of it's not good enough to just be great. It's not good enough to make the AFC Championship. That's not why we play. It's not good. Like on quarterback, he talked about how like the different feelings when your season ends. Like he's played 5 years. He only knows championship games, and those aren't enough. Which is insane to think about. He's never been outside of the top 4 teams, and it's still not enough. So I think just how they play, how prepared they're going to be every week, and just on the strength of him being the best player on every field he steps on. And that's the worst part was last year was the time to beat him because he was on one leg. Like you ain't even really get the full bag for real. Like that was pocket, get the ball out. I scramble 1 or 2 times. He get to running around in that bowl. Man, listen, he lost the bowl doing it. And nigga said that's the best player I've ever seen in my life. He lost the ball doing it. Nigga said I ain't never seen nothing like that.
All right. Well, there you have it, folks. Let's pick some awards real quick. And then we'll pick some week 1 games. So, MVP, who you got? We'll just do this real quick. MVP, who you got?
I'm going to go Trevor Lawrence.
I am going Justin Herbert. I think Kellen Moore is going to open open him up. Pause. Kellen Moore is going to open him up, open that offense up, and they're going to be great this year. Offensive Player of the Year.
Beyond.
Back-to-back years, Justin Jefferson. Defensive Player of the Year.
Micah.
Yeah,
2 years back-to-back second place. I think this is the year he's been second place twice. Mm-hmm. So I think he'll break through.
Sorry. But he was just going to show you why he got paid. Nick Bosa.
Back-to-back?
Back-to-back
That's
years.
tough.
Back-to-back years.
If you had to pick a corner to win, who do you think?
So my first thought actually was Sauce.
Yeah.
I thought Sauce, but I don't think it's hard to give it to a corner because of how you see the dominance of a defensive tackle more than you see a shutdown corner. Yeah. A lot of shutdown corners, they don't throw the ball to them, so you don't really know. So I think for that reason.
That's why I was saying, because the last corner to win it was Gilmore, but Gilmore had a bunch of picks.
Yes.
I think Sauce would have to have a bunch of picks.
You have to have like 8 or 9 picks.
Yeah.
What's the wrong? Rookie of the year. Well, offensive rookie of the year. How's it do it? Behind.
Yeah.
I think it's behind as well, but to throw a little. If it's a quarterback, one of the quarterbacks win it, I think it'll be Bryce Young.
And if it's not behind that win it, pay attention to Jahmyr Gibbs. Shout out Barry. Shout out Barry. I like Jahmyr Gibbs a lot in Detroit. Yeah.
Defensive rookie of the year.
I'm going Christian Gonzalez. I'm going Patriot homer. Yeah.
I'm going Jalen Carter. I think Jalen Carter is going to put a lot of people on notice this year. Show a lot of people.
That's going to be so annoying.
It's going to be so annoying.
So good. They're going to be so good.
I got Jalen Carter and Coach of the Year.
From tanking to Coach of the Year, I'm going to go Doug Peterson.
Nice. I love that pick.
Yeah.
I love that pick.
From being fired for tanking.
Yes. I am going to go, I'm going Doug Peterson. I love that pick. Doug Peterson. So, week 1 is here. So we will do what we do every week and what we've been doing for the past 5 years, and we'll pick some games to close out this show. We'll pick the first games of the season.
Yeah.
First game of the season. Mm-hmm. Chiefs, Lions tomorrow night. I think you guys know what we're going to say.
Yeah. The Chiefs are going to win, but for the people at home, if you're betting, take the Lions with the points. I think the Chiefs win maybe by 7, maybe by 3. I think it'll be closer than people think without Travis Kelce, especially without Chris Jones. I think it'll be a lot closer than people think if Jared Goff gets a comfortable pocket. You know, Jared Goff rips people to shreds with a comfortable pocket.
I think we're going to have in for a excellent opening night game. I think this is going to be a 35-38 game. I don't think a lot of defense will be played tomorrow, but I do think the Chiefs will win.
This is what worries me, though. Even though he's the best player ever, he's usually better in week 1. So, we'll see how it goes.
I think Chris Jones being gone is going to be a really big deal. Yep. It's the NFL, bro. You can't cover forever.
Facts.
So I think he's going to have way more time than he would with Christian Jones there, and I think that's going to be reason they march down that field in that defense.
And I think the Lions run the ball, too.
Yes. So I'm very excited for the game, man. Okay, right. 49ers Steelers, 1 o'clock game.
I'm going to go Steelers. I'm going to go Steelers. Listen, Steelers' defense is ridiculous. Mike Tomlin's a great coach. Of course, Kyle Shanahan's a great coach. But Mike Tomlin, a great coach, and an even better coach when he's underrated.
Factual.
One of the best coaches against the spread in NFL history. I think the 49ers offensive line outside of Trent Williams is a little vulnerable. TJ Watt coming back, Cam Hayward still there, Minka Fitzpatrick still, like that defense is amazing.
It's really good.
And I think they get a couple on Brock Purdy.
All right, so for the exact opposite reason, I think the 49ers win because of how good their defense is. I don't think this is a high-scoring game. This will be especially week 1, 13-10 game, 14-17 game. I just think the skill positions of the 49ers will make 1 or 2 more plays than the skill position of the Steelers.
That's interesting because you know what? That's why I think the Steelers win.
Okay.
I think we're in for a real big George Pickens year.
I do too.
There's no most improved award in NFL. But I think it's going to – because the one weakness you could point out for the 49ers is CB. No really great number 1 corner. And I think Deontay Johnson and George Pickens can make 1 or 2 plays.
I like that. Atlanta, we're going to be in the city. Panthers, Falcons.
I got the Falcons in a game nobody wants to watch, probably Chris. It'll be 20.
Chris will be at the game.
It's going to be 20-14. Beyond's gonna run for a touchdown, catch for a touchdown. They'll kick 2 field goals. It'll be a they're gonna be punching Bryce Young in his face the whole game. It'll be a very nasty game.
Yes.
Rise up. I got Kyle Pitts and Beyond on my fantasy team. So
I agree. Falcons. I have Falcons 28-17. I think Bryce Young will have a decent day. He'll throw a couple picks, get hit a lot. But I think the Falcons are gonna be decent.
Yeah, Grady Jarrett's gonna dump him on his face. Welcome to the league.
425. Eagles. Patriots.
So listen, okay. For real. Listen. So shout out Brett Coleman, right? Shout out Brett Coleman, one of the best film analyst guys in the league. Working with the NFL now. He, independent guy, but he pointed out something today about the last time the Philadelphia Eagles struggled. It was a game against the Colts, which felt weird. Like, why would they struggle against the Colts? Well, the Colts played cover 1 the whole game, basically. That's when they had Gilmore. And that's the only time in like the last 2 years the Eagles have struggled. And then I was thinking about it. I was like, man, we play a lot of cover 1. Oh, then listen, my boys called me today. Jack Jones, charges dismissed. He'll be there. I think it'll be closer than people think.
Okay.
I think it'll be closer than people think. We'll lose, but I think Listen, we'll lose, but we might lose by like 7. We just won't be able to score. We just won't be able to score. They said Juju knee is gonna explode. What do you mean? What do you mean it's gonna explode? He's gonna blow up on the field? That's the guy we just paid?
I read that shit and I just put my phone down. I said, all right, well.
I read it and I was like, is this real? Was that the quote he said? Like, it's going to explode.
Oh, my God. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I got the Eagles. I just asked that first. Really. Giants, Cowboys, Sunday night.
Cowboys. I think the Cowboys run through them. Giants, listen, it's going to be a lot different than y'all think it's going to go this year.
This Sunday night game or Monday night game is real fun for me because it's finna be Panic City, no matter what the fuck happens.
Oh yeah,
the Bills lose.
Oh yeah.
Oh my fucking god,
it's over.
You guys did Hard Knocks. Aaron Rodgers trying to be cool. It's over.
Yep.
Bills lose. Oh fuck, Stephon Diggs mad as fuck.
You know he threw something on the sideline.
You know he threw something on the sideline. The Cowboys lose. Oh, their defense not that good. They can't stop Daniel Jones. The Giants lose. Well, they lost week 1. The teams that lose week 1. 42 and 165 in the playoff run. It's gonna be overreaction. Simple.
I love how the NFL, more so than any other league, because they can control the schedule. I love how they get right to the narrative.
Get right to the shit.
Right to the division game week 1.
Get right to the shit.
Yeah, like you play them twice a year, we get you week 1, nigga. I think, and as far as the Giants, I think you spent the summer pissing off your best player. I think you're underpaid him. I think it sends a bad message to the team. I think they get the doors beat off of them week 1. Because, listen, you give Daniel Jones $170 million, he better not play like he did last year. And Daniel Jones played his best season.
Yep.
He better not play like he did last year.
A lot better than that.
Yeah.
I think Darren Waller will be a big addition for them. I think the Hyatt out of Tennessee will be a big addition for them. I do have them losing this game, and I don't think it'll be a blowout. I think it'll be a touchdown game, 4-score game. 4-point game, something around those lines. But I have the Cowboys winning, and I think you'll see their defense on for real. Bills Jets 9-11 game. 2 New York teams. Don't know if I should have called that.
That's crazy.
Don't know why.
Jesus Christ.
I do not know why I did that.
I have to clip that one out.
I have to take that out.
We've never clipped out a sentence before.
My bad.
But that is crazy. Bills Jets. I think I had the Jets winning, right? Mm-hmm. I think I'm gonna stay Jets.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna stay Jets. I think it's going to be a long day for Stephon Diggs, not because he's not Stephon Diggs. I think he's going to go for 100. But I think second half or early, there'll be a quarter and a half in this game where the Jets say, not you. And whether it's Sauce or DJ Reed and a safety over the top, they're going to see, can this offense function without Stephon Diggs? And if it can, is that okay with you?
Yes.
Because that's the big question.
Yes.
Can the offense function? Probably. Josh Allen's a hell of a quarterback. But are you okay with that?
Right.
Are you okay with that?
Right.
And I don't think he is. I think their defense has a lot of questions right now. Micah Hyde hurt. Von Miller hurt. Troy White look old. There's not a lot of answers on defense. Shout out Matt Milano, a friend of the show, actually. But I think they'll have their work cut out for them. And without Von Miller, I don't know if it's a great matchup for them because they're not going to get this overwhelming pressure the whole game. If they were able to have someone to get to Rodgers the whole game, I think they'd have a much better chance. But because it'll just be him, regular pocket, early in the year, nobody's arguing or anything, I think they'll win the game. But
I do too.
Be on the lookout if somebody run the wrong route or something.
I got the Jets. I kind of what you said. I think the Bills got a lot of offseason drama in a negative way. I think the Jets have had a lot of offseason drama in a positive way. I think they will piggyback off of that. I think they're going to get really up for this game. I think they'll start the season 1-1. They'll lose week 2. But I think this game they'll come out really prepared for it and they will win.
I almost forgot. Y'all not going to be the Legion of Boom.
Who said that?
DJ Reed. You didn't see that? DJ Reed said they're going to be the Legion of Boom or the 85 Bears. That's what he wants them to be.
I mean, I wanted to be Kobe.
Yeah, I did too. Yeah, listen.
I was in my driveway getting shot.
Yeah.
So
yeah, listen. The Jets, y'all got a lot of great players. I need y'all to relax. Because you putting yourself in a position that you don't want to be in, where it's like, we won 13 games. Why did it feel like a bad season? Like, you just call yourself the 85 Bears and the Legion of Boom. Like.
Chill.
Yeah, chill, bro.
Chill.
Legion of Boom had like 7 Hall of Famers on it.
Before we get out of here, I want to ask you two questions. One, week 1 through 8, any games you really looking forward to?
I'd have to look at the schedule, but there was one that we saw. Dang, I gotta. You know what? Dang, I gotta
look at the schedule. I got a couple pulled up. Okay. So actually, first off, the game we just said, Jets Bills Week 1. I am very excited to see the Jets team. I'm very excited to see the drama. I am excited to see the Bills and Stephon Diggs and their connection to see if he gets 20 targets and it's like, oh my God, there's some shit going on for real. I
definitely drafted him on one of my fantasy teams just to see.
So that's definitely a game I'm looking for. Another game I'm looking for is Week 8. Eagles, Jets. The Jets will be at home. If they are a playoff team of 5-3, 6-2, I know the Eagles will be. That will be a very interesting game. Yeah. I'm assuming the Jets are going to be good, so I expect that game to be very, very compelling. That's America's game of the week.
That's a fact.
Another one, I think Week 5, Cowboys, 49ers. I think that game will be a tell a lot for both quarterbacks. If Dak has been great up until that point, it won't matter for him as much. But I think if he has thrown two picks again, it'll be a good game because that's a great defense. And Brock Purdy that'll be one of his first tests at an amazing defense this year because they start off with and besides the Steelers, but that'll be one of his first tests with an amazing defense. And week 8 or 9, they play the 49ers play the Bengals, and I'm really excited for that.
Listen, you mentioned the Bengals. It's crazy. We're always here, but our NFC Championship runner-up, 2 games. Week 5 off a bye, you get Cincinnati.
That's gonna be
a sick game.
That's gonna be a good one.
And then right at week 9, you got Baltimore.
Oh yeah.
So we'll know.
Yeah.
We will know week 9. Oh yeah. Are you that team?
Yeah.
Because those are the games.
For sure.
Because that could be listen. We don't know. Like I said, there's never been an NFL season that went to plan. Mm-hmm. We don't know who's going to end up in the Super Bowl. That could be a Super Bowl preview. Ravens Seahawks could be a Super Bowl preview.
100%.
Ravens Bengals Seahawks, same thing.
Yeah.
So those are 2 games I'm definitely looking at.
All right. And last thing, NFL wise, breakout player this year.
Oh, Chris Olave. I think Chris Olave is going to have a ridiculous year.
I like that.
Yeah, Chris Olave.
Mine is somebody kind of obvious, but just on the radar because we haven't seen him in a year. But Calvin Ridley.
Oh yeah. Oh,
I think Calvin Ridley is going to go close to 1,500 and 12 touchdowns. I think Calvin Ridley is going to have one of them years.
And this Doug Peterson offense, man. Listen,
I think people forgot how good he really is,
bro.
Other than him running backwards when he's catching the ball and in front of everybody.
Listen, I gotta step in. You know, I told him one day, like, do you like being hurt? Like, when the last time you got hit and you liked it for real? I told him, I was like, bro, you got to protect the bag. You know what's crazy? Because you go watch his Alabama highlights, he's not running backwards. And, you know, listen, and maybe it's a little harder to do that with Nick Saban on the sideline.
Right.
But, you know, you get to the NFL, you're like, man, I kind of like this life.
I kind of like this life.
I kind of like, you know, being able to walk around.
Right. And my knees are hurting every single day of my life. So, you got anything left? We covered football. We talked about football for an hour. That felt good.
Lucas got ejected.
I don't care nothing about it. FIBA play, bro.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I watched the NBA.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, do you care that they lost?
No,
I don't care either.
I do want to ask you though, because of all the drama surrounding us and the age of our superstars.
Yeah,
you think we getting one of them teams next year?
Oh, like a dream team?
One of them.
No, dog. Remember, that's what I said. I said, you know what? Noah Lyles playing 4D chess for real, because you know what he doing. Shout out. Was it Draymond? Yeah, you poking the bear. Cause what if Braun says, you know what? No one's ever done this at year 23, year 25 million. Let me go do it one more time. Let my farewell tour be the Olympics. For real though. For real, think about how Braun has never missed a moment. Let my farewell tour be the Olympics for real.
Or the start of it.
Yeah, the start of my farewell tour starting with the Olympics.
That would be cool.
First, everybody gonna play. Everybody gonna play. Because that's LeBron's last one.
If Braun say he playing.
Yep.
All right, Steph, I'm in.
And love that more than anybody. And if Braun open about this it for me, this the end, how you not gonna play? So then we're going to get the Braun, Steph, Katie, Booker, starting 5, AD.
That's the starting 5.
Man.
That's the starting 5. Steph at the 1, Book at the 2, KD at the 3, Bron at the 4, AD at the 5 is your starting 5.
That's crazy.
Off the bench, you got Paul George, you got Kawhi Leonard, you got Damian Lillard, you got Anthony Edwards.
You can't keep Ja off there.
You cannot.
We ain't even said Tatum.
You got Ja.
We ain't even said Tatum.
You got Ja and Tatum.
We ain't even said Tatum.
You got Trae Young if you want him.
Get Trey, bruh.
You got Ed Edwards if you want him. Yo.
Dog, that. So I think.
Yo.
I think
you got Clay and Draymond, just maybe.
Right. Draymond just might go to.
He just might be there. He just might coach. Yeah, he might coach with Steve.
Bruh, I think that. Especially with all this
as a backup center.
Yeah, and especially with all this talking about world championships.
Let me show you some shit.
I think. What other way to, even if you don't win the NBA championship next year, what other way is there to go out with everybody talking about where the best basketball is played? You know what? Let me show you one more time before I go. One more time to make sure y'all know the difference. Because I'm so tired of seeing it. You know, I'm glad you asked me anything. Because I'm so tired of seeing it. Like, it was so nasty to watch the niggas who had 8-9 games of drafts. So like, oh yeah, see, they said, you know, the international, no allows, don't look so wrong today. Like, fam, first of all, the best player on the team they lost to was an NBA player. He's literally an NBA player. Like, you're proving the point that it's an international league. They just lost to an NBA nigga. Like, it's not like they just lost to some random guy. And second, like, bro, stop saying it's Bobby Porter's house. It's Josh Hart on the court. Like that's not even an all-star team. It's not even an all-star team. It's not like Austin Reeves the third best player. Like, come on, bro. Y'all gotta relax. So that's on my wish list. You know, Clutch. You know, y'all don't gotta get listen. Y'all don't gotta get in contact with me. I know y'all hear everything. I don't need no percent. Send me some Olympic bronze or something. But tell Bron, the coldest career like walk away will be a worldwide tour, and that's literally what the Olympics would be.
Would be to touchdown Olympics day one and put on your Instagram.
Yeah,
the farewell begins.
Yo, and you know what's crazy? You're gonna hit 7-8 countries. You can't do that in the NBA. You can't do that in
crazy that would be, bro. For him to start the farewell tour in June, right after the season end, like this is it.
And now,
starting now,
and now, let me ask you this: would that be the biggest Olympic story? Easy in the whole Olympics. It would be him and Sha'Carri.
I was about to say Sha'Carri be the only thing close.
It would be them two, both Nike athletes, by the way. It would be them two. Come on, Bron. Listen, you never miss a moment, Bron. You've never missed a bag, Bron.
With Steph by your wing, you got Steph.
You've been wanting to play Steph your whole life.
Steph and Book and Katie running the break with you.
Listen, on the shot,
80 trailing.
Oh yeah, easy money.
80 trailing. You know what?
Bro, what? And lastly, this is why. Because Bron understands. Bron a basketball nerd. He loves his history. Bron seen them Dream Team documentaries. Do you think Bron don't want to be? Bron, he's in his let me pass the torch phase. He can really do that.
And he saw Kobe do it.
He saw
Kobe did it
with him. So now he can do it with Tatum.
Book, Tatum,
all them.
Child,
listen, you ain't. That's the best thing. You ain't got to play 30 minutes. You play 10, 25 minutes.
Bro, you can just go hang out.
Do what you want.
Rich, your family can. It's in Tokyo. Like, you going to have a good time. Family come over there.
Get in the game. Y'all at 20. Catch live.
You going to start, play the first 10 minutes, come in last. But that's the thing about Bron. Bro, they gonna cheat us, bro. You know that. That's why they gonna cheat us, bro.
And lastly, bro,
that's why I don't know if it's 100% because he really gonna commit, and that's the thing. He can't cheat himself. He can't play 15 minutes.
And lastly, Clutch, y'all gonna like this. Y'all need something for the 92 Olympics for Jordan. Because the optics of him walking out and it's the giant Jordan mural and millions of fans everywhere. You telling me the worldwide witnesses wouldn't be a crazy last scheme? Like, last marketing scheme, we literally all are witnesses. All of us.
We're in Tokyo with this shit, nigga.
All of us in Tokyo with this shit. I'm telling you, y'all can keep this for real. Just make sure he do it. Listen, I don't even need a percentage. Send me the shoes or something.
Hey, I'm gonna post this. We did it, bro.
Hey, shut up, bro.
I'm finna DM this to Maverick.
It's crazy. Niggas swear we hate Bron.
Bro, I don't hate Bron at all, bro. All right. So I think I wanted to ask you something. Oh no, I just wanted to shout out to Beyonce. It was her birthday.
Yeah, shout out to Beyonce.
Shout out to Beyonce. Crazy concert Monday night. Brought the stars out all night in LA. Shout out to DJ Khaled for opening 2 nights.
Okay, we did have one more thing. Drake teased 9/22 for his release date.
When did he do that?
It's on his Instagram. He has braids, and like the braid has not, like all his braids have 09/22 on it.
Oh, I didn't see that. I saw the braids. I don't be paying. I don't care about them that much. But
Same week as the Atlanta show. The Atlanta show a couple days after that. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention in case you hadn't seen it, because that was the first thing I did. I said, "Well, what day is the show?" Because I think I go the 24th to the 25th.
We go the 25th. All of us.
Oh my god,
that's a Monday. That's first show.
Yeah.
If we get the first show after the album drop.
Sheesh.
We do always win. The win surprise.
Atlanta always wins.
We do always win, man.
Yeah.
So, shout out to Beyonce. Amazing show again. I love you. You are amazing. The best in the world. Moi. And you got anything?
No, I think that's it.
Yeah, that was fun. It was great to talk football with my boy again, dog. It's been so long. Like we said, we locked in this year. Bigger and better things on the way. Please subscribe. I should have said that at the beginning. Please subscribe, like, comment, share, follow us on everything. All of our socials are in the bio.
Follow us on TikTok.
And we will see you when we see you.
Later, twins.